The few living Medal of Honor recipients from combat in Afghanistan shaming Trump with this. If real Donald Trump wants to be the commander-in-chief, he needs to act like one, and that can't start until he apologizes to the Khans. Tonight on Fox News, still no apology from the candidate, but a partial recognition of the Khan family's sacrifice.
Obviously, I mean, there's no greater sacrifice than you lose a son or a daughter, and, you know, in the way that this happened, and I understand that. But regardless, I was viciously attacked.
And we'll have more on this controversy tomorrow on GMA. And now we turn to a team taking things to new heights, literally launching into stomach-churning, possibly deadly stunts. Sky surfing into the belly of a thunderstorm, not just for thrills, but to capture the perfect shot. Here's ABC's Rob Marciano with our series, Pushing the Limits.
There is skydiving, and then there is what this man does. Jumping, surfing, flat out flying through the clouds.
I put the board on, and it feels more like my sport bike.
And while Red Bull athletes are known for pushing the limits, this may be Sean McCormick's most dangerous mission yet.
It's an adventure we're chasing.
A flyer in the elite Red Bull Air Force, at 41 years old, Sean's now out to sky surf a thunderstorm.
Everybody likes to say you can't, right up until you do it.
Welcome to Florida, where the summer storms are legendary, with more people killed by lightning here than any other state. Last month, 2 vacationing teens were lucky to survive when lightning struck them on Clearwater Beach.
I tried to figure out if I was like hurting or anything, and my whole body was pretty much numb.
Central Florida is one of the most lightning-prone zones in the world. For Sean McCormick, that's exactly the point.
So the big question is why? In all my time training, what we're doing here is the one experience that I've had that wasn't really able to get chronicled properly.
But for extreme athletes like Sean, carefully coordinated Red Bull stunts like these are also about the bragging rights, getting that perfect video. Not easy, especially when lightning is involved.
Are you aware of just how dangerous it is, lightning-wise? I am. I have experience doing these, so like I've been in this environment before, and it worked out fine.
70% of all lightning doesn't even hit the ground. It's hitting the cloud. When you do this and there's flashes going off, what do you think is going to be going through your head?
I think a lot of focus on that moment because it's all pretty quick. I think you'd be amazed at how calculated this mission is.
At this hangar in Clewiston, Florida, an entire team has been assembled for this mission. Among them, 2 other skydiving pros, Red Bull Air Force Captain John DeVore and aerial photographer Craig O'Brien.
What happens if you bump into Sean when he's doing his thing?
Hurt, cut it in.
Sean and I both have like 20,000 jumps, and half of them are together. And not that things can't happen, but we're definitely in unison.
To make sure Sean finds the right kind of cloud to surf, they brought in a thunderstorm specialist, Joe Thompson, meteorologist with UbiMet.
Normally, as a meteorologist, you're telling people where not to go, how to stay away from the storm, and this is the complete opposite.
Joe is glued to these images all day. High-resolution computer models and Doppler radar track the storms.
The one that was over us has pretty much dissipated.
And when one gets close, it's humanized to the sky. They want to skydive through the storms. Insane, right?
I'm a meteorologist, not a psychologist.
Joe notices a promising cloud building not too far from the hangar.
That's the best one we've seen all day.
So the team takes off. But they didn't get the perfect shot this time. So they pack up their gear. We'll get you a good thunderstorm next run. And wait for the next one. You're in phenomenal shape. You're still doing the stuff at your top game, but you're over 40 years old. Does having 3 kids now and a wife at home make you think twice about doing some of the stuff?
I have always had a very different approach. As a Hollywood stunt person, we've always tried to be more about risk management and trying to coordinate something that can be done, repeated, safely. And I think that's always been my motivation and my goal.
Do you think about family when you're doing a dive at any time?
No.
You're just focused.
Yes.
Sean says it was his first jump at 18 years old that got him hooked.
And I felt spiritual about it. It was really beautiful to me and could not have felt more present and where I needed to be.
Sean likes to spread that skydiving love.
We're going to make a skydive at the end of this, and it's going to be a Red Bull Air Force jump, not like some fuzzy business.
He repeatedly challenged me to get up there with him.
That's
crazy. That was such a smooth landing.
I tell you what, that's what ours is going to be like.
No,
just like that.
I finally succumbed to the peer pressure. Is that my chariot?
This is it, brother.
My heart rate just went up a little bit. That last cinch. I mean, how often do you get to tandem jump with one of the best skydivers on the planet?
All right, let's do this. We're going to take it, man.
Category 3 hurricane wind in my face.
Sit up.
Woo! I just jumped out of an airplane.
Yeah, you did.
With Sean McCormick. How sweet is that? Not long after our feet are on solid ground, Joe spots another, more potent storm cloud. So we climb back in the plane. Here we go. This time, I'm just spectating.
Unreal to watch these guys work. Unbelievable. We're almost there. 14,000 foot. Gears are starting to pop. The air up here is about 15, 20 degrees colder. The storm's gotten higher. They want to get closer to it. We're going to 17,000 now.
To get near the top of the cloud, we're 4,000 feet higher than a normal jump.
Feels, yeah, a little lightheaded. Need some oxygen. Go, baby. Money shot.
And the thin air starts to take a toll.
Guys, you're probably be feeling a little hypoxic right now. If you're getting lightheaded, you might start slurring your speech pretty soon.
My producer Jackie starts to fade, barely able to hold on to the camera.
I got it. Just strap in. I got it. You're getting lightheaded back here. Jackie, just go back behind the ledge. How you been? Huh? This is alive. Yeah, now we're really bumping. I mean, the angle descent here is pretty intense, but good news is we got oxygen back in our systems, and she didn't pass out. Nightline shoot successful. Yes!
Back on the ground, we learned that that storm cloud wasn't actually ideal for filming. But then,
This cloud kind of moved in and started just lighting up the sky.
Sean and the team get what they've been waiting for. A true thunderstorm, a massive cumulus cloud, the perfect backdrop.
It's the opportunity to show a really amazing, beautiful place on this earth that anybody could daydream about, and no one can get to go see.
Now that is storm chasing. For Nightline, I'm Rob Marciano in Lewiston, Florida.
Wow!
Up next, these Star Wars devotees show their love by making their own mini epics. Now hoping to become part of the Lucasfilms family as Star Wars fan film award winners. So what does it take to be a true Star Wars fan? Well, for the people you're about to meet, it includes combating scorching heat and sandstorms. They celebrate the movie franchise they love by creating their own adventures, making their own tribute films. Here's ABC's Clayton Sandell.
Here in the sand dunes of a remote alien planet surrounded by stormtroopers and bad guys, we're on the set of a Star Wars movie.
Action.
But not the one you think. Here, there's no George Lucas or J.J. Abrams. But you will find Jeff Henderson and Nick Finch, friends and Star Wars fans, so in love with that galaxy far, far away, they're making their own Star Wars movie. They'll enter their 5-minute film in something called the Star Wars Fan Film Award. At stake, bragging rights.
If I was a kid and saw that, I would literally spontaneously combust.
And just possibly fame and fortune. The guys have spent the last 6 weeks raising money and recruiting about 60 friends and family for a grueling 3-day shoot in the scorching desert.
If you made a checklist of all the things that could possibly, literally and figuratively go wrong, we've checked all of them off, but what, like tsunami, zombies, Godzilla, plague of locusts.
And they're all doing it for free.
Did you see the shot we just did? We were surrounded by stormtroopers and Boba Fett on Tatooine. That's what I'm getting paid.
Their movie is called The Sable Corsair, about space smugglers who crash land and quickly run into trouble.
Another day, another worst-case scenario.
Long time, Aaron. The strange world of fan-made movies is bigger than ever, and a lot bigger than just Star Wars. You'll find hundreds of them online, from homemade Harry Potter adventures to Game of Thrones knockoffs. For the most part, big studios tolerate fan films using their copyrighted characters as long as fans don't profit. But Lucasfilm, the makers of Star Wars, actually encourage them.
I think what Lucasfilm gets out of it, above all, is just a healthy fan community.
The Sable Corsair is one of more than 500 contest entries this year alone. And for the team, the clock is ticking.
Look like bodies, maybe.
They're scrambling to finish editing by the contest deadline, just days away.
We're trying to do 6 months worth of work in about 10 days.
There's a lot at stake. $10,000 they raised online, plus $3,000 of their own. They've also lost money, turning down work to finish the film in time. So why do it?
It's like a childhood nostalgia that you fall in love with. Once you watch the first one, I don't care who you are, if you haven't seen it, you watch the first one, then you're hooked.
Brothers Sam Tubia and Samgoma Edwards hope their 5-minute masterpiece, featuring special effects that rival Hollywood, is good enough to get Hollywood's attention.
We hope that now people can see, like, wow, these guys